Good morning, students. Now, in continuation with the video lectures based on thermal physics, that is, thermal properties of matter. In the previous video, that is part 1 of the video lecture, we had discussed about the temperature, what is temperature, and what is the unit of temperature, what is the CGS unit of temperature, what is the SI unit of temperature. Then we had discussed about heat, then unit of heat. After that, different theories related to heat we had discussed, and then we had discussing about the measurement of temperature. And on measurement of temperature, we had discussed about the scale that is called as thermometer, and the property of the material which had been used in the thermometer for the measurement of temperature we had discussed. Now, measurement of temperature, we had discussed that a special device called thermometer is used to measure temperature. That is thermometer. The special device, that is thermometer, is used to measure temperature, and the thermometer which is used for the measurement of temperature is of different types, and the selection of the thermometer is based on the properties of the material which varies linearly. So thermometer is a ice and steam point of water. So the scales which we generally used, that is Celsius scale or centigrade scale. And in this scale, two standard points we fix, that is lower fixed point is called a lower reference point, and it is what ice point of water, and it is what it is 0 degree Celsius. And the second is upper fixed point, that is upper reference point, and it is the steam point of water, and it is what it is 100 degree Celsius. Similarly, the second scale is Fahrenheit scale, and here also we used to take the lower fixed point, that is ice point of water, and it is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit, and the upper fixed point is steam point of water, and it is 100 degree Fahrenheit. So in this way, in different scales, we choose two reference points, that is upper fixed point and lower fixed point, as the reference point. So here the difference is what? Difference in reference point is what? Difference in reference points, and it is 100 degree, 100. That difference is 100. And in Fahrenheit scale, difference in reference points, that is equal to 132 degree, and upper fixed point is in Fahrenheit scale 212 degree Fahrenheit. It is 212 degree Fahrenheit. So difference here, the difference is of 180 in Fahrenheit scale. So 100 equal intervals between two reference points in Celsius scale, and 100 equal intervals between two reference points in Fahrenheit scale. Now dear students, we will discuss about the different scales to measure temperature. So for discussing the different scales for the measurement of temperature, we use a table, and in this table we will mention different type of scales and their lower fixed point and upper fixed point, and the difference between the lower fixed point and upper fixed point. On these scales we will discuss. So now dear students, we will discuss about the different scales for the measurement of temperature, and what are the different scales and what are their lower fixed points and what are their upper fixed points. So first of all, here we are writing the scale, then unit, then we are writing here lower fixed point, and then upper fixed point. Look at here. So the first scale is what? The first scale is Celsius scale. Celsius scale, and its unit is degree Celsius. Lower fixed point 0 degree Celsius and upper fixed point 100 degree Celsius. Second one is Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit scale. Degree Fahrenheit. Lower fixed point is 32 degree Fahrenheit and upper fixed point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. Third scale is a Reumer scale. Reumer, Reumer scale. And on Reumer scale, it can be represented by degree Reumer, 0 degree Reumer to 80 degree Reumer. Fourth one is Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale. And since it is named before the scientist Kelvin, so degree is not mentioned here. So its lower fixed point is 273 Kelvin and upper fixed point is 373 Kelvin. And the fifth one is Rankine scale. Rankine scale, and it is represented by Rankine, and its lower fixed point is 460 and upper fixed point is 672. So this is different scales, and the two reference points for these scales, that is lower fixed point and upper fixed point. These are the two lower fixed points and upper fixed point points for the different scales. Now relation among the temperature measured by different scales. We will see the relation between the temperature measured by different. So dear students, for finding the relation among the temperature measured by the different scales, we use one formula. Look at it, the formula: temperature temperature on given scale, temperature on given scale minus lower fixed point upon upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. So on the basis of this, we want to measure a particular temperature by the help of different scales. We want to measure a particular temperature by the help of different scales. Then how can we correlate the temperature measured by the different scales with each other? So look at here, there is a correlation or formula, that is C minus 0 upon 100, that is equal to F minus 32 upon 180, F minus 32 upon 180, that is equal to R minus 0 upon 80, that is equal to K minus 273 upon 100, and it is equal to RA minus 460 upon 212. This is the relation among different scales. Now suppose it is given that you have given the temperature in Celsius and you have to convert it into Kelvin or Reaumur or Rankine, then that degree Celsius temperature is compared with Rankine scale. So by the basis of this, suppose you have to convert 30 degrees Celsius into Reaumur scale. Reaumur scale. So for converting it, what we will do, 30 upon 100 is equal to R upon 80, and from here you get R is equal to 30 into 80 upon 100, 0 to 0 cancel out, and it is equal to 24 degree Reaumur. Means 30 degrees Celsius is equal to 24 degree Reaumur. Similarly, any temperature we can convert by the help of these formulas. Now look at here. Suppose we want to say that this is C minus 0 upon 100, that is equal to F minus 32 upon 180. So it can be written as C upon 100 equal to F minus 32 upon 180, and it can be written as C upon 100 into 180 equal to F minus 32, and from here we can write it as 9 upon 5 C plus 32 is equal to F. Now look at here, students. Now look at here, students. We had got the equation from here, this relation we had got the equation, that is F is equal to 9 upon 5 C plus 32. So correlating is Y is equal to mx plus C. Suppose we take the graph like this, and on y-axis if we draw Fahrenheit and on x-axis if we draw Celsius scale, then this equation is the form of a general straight line equation, y is equal to mx plus c. So the graph of this equation is like that, and this graph shows what? This graph shows f is equal to 9 by 5 c plus 32, means intercept, this intercept is 32, means at this is 0 degree Celsius, this is 100 degree Celsius, This is the 32 means 180. The upper fixed point is 212. This is 212 degree Fahrenheit. This is 212 degree Fahrenheit. So look at here. If we want to find the slope, so this difference is what? This difference is 212 minus 30, that is equal to 180, and this difference is 100. So slope of this graph m, that is equal to tan theta, and it is equal to 180 upon 100, and that is equal to 9 upon 5. Means this is a straight, and intercept is what? Intercept c is equal to 32. So in this way we can correlate between the graphically correlate between Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale. This difference and this difference, and the slope is 9 upon 5. So this is about the relation between different type of scales. Now in the next discussion we are going to discuss ideal gas equation and absolute temperature. So dear students, here I want to say that ideal gas equation and absolute temperature. So what is the need of a study of ideal gas equation here? So I want to discuss here that suppose there is a thermometer that is called as liquid glass thermometer. Liquid glass thermometer. Liquid in glass thermometer. Liquid in glass thermometer means it is obvious that if liquid is placed inside the glass, so liquid has the property that different liquids, if different liquids are placed inside a glass, then at the same temperature it is possible that different expansions of the liquids inside the glass, so they will give different readings for the same measured temperature. That is, at the same temperature they give different readings, and so the readings are of variable nature, because if we are putting alcohol in that glass, then it shows different expansion. If we put mercury in the same glass, then it gives different expansion. If we are placing mercury in that glass, then it shows different expansion. So the expansions are varied, and so it is not preferable to use liquid in glass thermometer. So we use gases at place of liquid inside the glass, because all the gases have similar expansions at the particular temperature. If in that glass, if we are going to put the helium gas, then it shows same expansion as the neon gas, as the argon gas, or as the hydrogen gas. So these gases shows same expansion for the given temperature, and for the sake of the same thing we use the gases inside the glass for the measurement of temperature as compared to the liquid in the glass. So we prefer gases inside the glass because they show similar expansion for a given temperature. Hence gas thermometer is always preferred over liquid in glass thermometer. So we generally prefer the gas thermometer as in the place of liquid in glass thermometer. So a thermometer that uses gas gives unique reading regardless of which the gas is used. And at low densities, the gases exhibit same behavior of expansion. These are pressure, volume, and temperature. Means at the similar temperature, regardless of the different pressure, volume, and temperature, they shows the say expansion. Now, relation among the characteristic of a gas. Relation among the characteristics of a gas. We have to find the relation among the characteristic of a gas, and it was first given by the Boyle's law. And Boyle's had proposed that at constant temperature, pressure is directly proportional to volume at constant temperature, or we can say that P by V is equal to constant. Pressure is inversely proportional to PV is equal to constant. Sorry to say here, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, or we can say that PV is equal to constant at constant temperature. This is Boyle's law, and suppose this is equation number 1. Now second one is the Charles law. And according to Charles law, it has been said that volume is directly proportional to temperature. Keeping pressure constant. Here what? Pressure is constant. And from here we can say that V upon T is equal to constant. This is equation number 2. Now combining 1 and 2, here it is clear that suppose you had kept a container, and in that container if pressure is kept constant, then with increasing the temperature, volume of the gas in the container increases. So volume is directly proportional to temperature, and from here we can say that V upon T is equal to constant. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. On combining both the equations, so dear students, on combining both the equations, that is, what are the equations? PV is equal to constant, and V by T is equal to constant. On combining both the equations, what we will get? PV upon T is equal to constant, and here we can write it as PV upon T is equal to NR for the same amount of gas in a container. And from here we can write it as PV is equal to nRT, and this is called as ideal gas equation, where N is equal to number of moles, and R is equal to universal gas constant, and this value of universal gas constant is 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. So here, from here we get the equation, that is ideal gas equation, and it is equal to what? It is equal to PV is equal to nRT. So from here we can say that pressure into volume is directly proportional to temperature. Pressure and volume is directly proportional to temperature. So this is about, dear student, this is about the ideal gas equation, and this is the cause for a gas to be used to measure the temperature by a volume gas thermometer. Okay, so on this basis, on this principle, since pressure and volume is directly proportional to temperature, so this property can be used by the gas to measure the temperature. Now we will discuss about absolute zero temperature. What is the meaning of absolute zero temperature? Listen students, absolute zero temperature, as you know that there is no limit for the maximum value of temperature. How much and however you want, you can increase the temperature of a gas, but the lower temperature of the gas is fixed, and below that you can't able to increase the temperature, decrease the temperature of the gas. Below that you can't able to decrease the temperature of the gas, and that temperature, that minimum limiting temperature of the gas is called as the absolute zero temperature. So there is the minimum limit of temperature, absolute minimum limit of temperature up to which the temperature of a gas can be decreased is called absolute zero. That is called as absolute zero temperature. That minimum temperature is called as absolute zero temperature. So